confirmed. LAPD started this pursuit about 25 minutes ago and has continued to basically put this in and out of tracking mode because you can see just how dangerous this is getting, going the wrong way here on Alameda. Now, this has been a very dangerous pursuit throughout. However, they have given the go-ahead for a pit maneuver if they have the opportunity to even re-engage this pursuit. Right now, they have not, stand by, right now they have not re-engaged the pursuit. They're having trouble just trying to catch up with the suspect as he continues down Alameda. He's been kind of reversing course here and zigzagging his way through South LA, but you can see just how busy it is on a Friday evening as he tries to negotiate this intersection with lots of cross traffic. You can see the two-tone, it's a Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger, Christina. I think it's a Dodge, Dodge. I have Dodge Challenger. Is flying, Mark, just flying the wrong way. Gonna have trouble. Yeah, he's having a hard time maintaining control at these speeds. A lot of hard braking as he approaches traffic at many of these intersections. Another busy one right there, right through it with lots of traffic there. You saw somebody trying to turn there. He is going about 70 to 80 miles per hour down Alameda Street. He's now been on Alameda for a good few minutes here, and that may provide them with an opportunity for a spike strip, but you can see there's just so much traffic in the area, it's going to be very difficult to set up for that. But at the very least, they can at least get units ahead of him and try and plan accordingly. It's a very difficult pursuit for LAPD, especially at these speeds. Again, he is flying down Alameda, heavily tinted windows. We do not know how many people are inside that vehicle, but they do have tactics at their disposal if they can get units in position. Right now, it's really up to the air unit to call out the location and then get those. Look at this! Oh, lots of close calls here. I mean, this is just unbelievable. He has not shown any signs of slowing down despite all of the traffic, and the amount of traffic that he's encountering is remarkable, especially, I mean, just trying to think back in recent memory, a pursuit with this much traffic. Again, on a Friday night, you would expect that kind of traffic, but you just don't expect to see a pursuit going this fast through these various busy intersections as he continues down Alameda Street. Whoa! Oh my goodness. That was right near that was right near Bandera Street along Firestone Boulevard. He's made a right turn onto Firestone now, and he is just zooming down Firestone. We have seen so many close calls. Again, almost a miracle at this point that there have not been any collisions that we are aware of, but he is continuing to push the pedal to the metal through these intersections, at some points barely even braking, but really able to swerve around anybody in his way there. But a number of very close calls within inches of that last vehicle who was trying to cross the intersection here. He's easily going over the double yellow lines at times, going the wrong way wherever he has an opportunity, and now he's coming up on a little bit heavier traffic here for the first time, slowing down. They don't have anybody in the area, at least I don't see any sirens in the area, but right now he is now on Firestone Boulevard. He is heading in the westbound direction there on Firestone. We're going to try and, let's see, he's right, is he behind the tree, or is he up ahead? Go up ahead, up ahead, up ahead. There he is, weaving across lanes here, using maybe a bicycle lane to try and get around this traffic at Zamora. He's along Firestone Boulevard. Again, what I was about to say was that I don't see any units in the area that are prepared to intercept this pursuit. And so right now, we do have LAPD's airship calling it out, but putting this in tracking mode has not worked to their benefit, and it has not had the desired effect of calming this driver down or taking any of the pressure off. The driving tactics have been extremely reckless, extremely dangerous, regardless of who's behind them. Well, that's another thing. He keeps turning his lights on and off at various points. He's been driving blacked out without any headlights. You don't even see the guy coming. Right now, he does have his headlights on, but they've been on and off over the course of this pursuit repeatedly. Now he's on a surface street here along 81st Street, going a little bit slower. He better. I mean, it's really a very narrow road right there. That's a residential street right there, 81st, making a turn possibly, or just negotiating another intersection as he continues much slower now for the first time, doing just under maybe 15, 20 miles per hour down that street there, whereas there's obviously much less traffic. We'll see if he's looking for another major here or if he starts to speed up down 81st Street, but right now we are negotiating with LAX's air traffic control as we come through the right turn there. That's Avalon Boulevard, and he's slowing down a little bit. You can see the driving behavior has changed slightly here as he makes his way further west, but right now we don't see, still at this point, no sign of any black and whites in the area. Is he over to the, yeah, this is very tough. We're going to go ahead and pan over to the right a little bit, Brian. Over to the right. Nope, a little more. There he is. There he is. That's him. That's him. That's him. Yep. No, I understand. Here he goes. Off to the races now, northbound San Pedro Street. He's on the correct side at this moment. He's dragging something, it almost looked like there for a second. Another busy intersection in oncoming lanes, making a left turn on Florence Avenue, trying to, man, just trying to squeeze through any cars. I mean, there were cars going in all different directions in that intersection. He was able to manage to kind of weave his way through here. He's done that numerous times in the past 15 minutes. I mean, this is just so scary, the way he's driving. I cannot believe that we have not seen any collisions, but this has a recipe for disaster if he continues driving like this, especially at these intersections without even slowing down. Once again, pedal to the metal, northbound Main Street at 69th Street, going north in towards downtown LA here, coming behind these apartment buildings. We are on the east side of the 110 freeway, trying to negotiate with air traffic control here as they manage a very busy airspace on a Friday night. You can see he's continuing northbound Main Street here, slowing down just slightly, but lots of traffic in the area here with a lot of pedestrian traffic as well in this area on any given night. So this is going to be just a heart-pounding pursuit no matter how you slice it. I just hesitate to even guess how this is going to end, but right now he is continuing northbound Main Street into the downtown area here in the next mile or so. On the wrong way. Oof. Well, the pit maneuver would require somebody to get behind him, and at these speeds and the way he's driving, they are having a hard time getting units behind him, especially with all of the traffic. The traffic is a real issue tonight on all of these surface streets. You can see every turn he makes almost. You're seeing a lot of volume, an occasional straightaway here, and that just gives him an opportunity to go even faster. So if they can get somebody behind him, maybe they can cut him off at one of these intersections and just kind of slam up against that back bumper. But, you know, the pit maneuver, while it's been authorized, is really not even a factor at this point, and really neither is a spike strip. Now he's underneath the 110 freeway. Looks like he might be on Slauson there, going to come out the other side. Is he going to come out the other side, or will he keep going? There, no. He did not come out. He did not come out. No. Did he? Did he foot bail? Did he foot bail? That's the question. It has not come out. Confirmation, this car has not come out, at least not yet. under the freeway. We're going to come around the other side of the freeway here. You can see units making their way under the freeway. At least they're in the area here. The vehicle may have been dumped under the freeway. I saw somebody flying out the other side, but that may have been a different vehicle. He may very well still be underneath the freeway, guys, if he is. He's gotten into another vehicle. I'm hearing he's gotten into another vehicle. Okay, let's pan over to the right, and let's see which way he goes. Let's see which way he goes. He may have carjacked another car, guys. He's apparently gotten into a truck under the freeway. Trying to listen in here and eavesdrop on LAPD, but right now, westbound, he's going westbound under in a red Charger. He's gotten into from a Challenger to a red Charger. That was a gray and black Challenger. He's dumped the vehicle and is apparently, according to LAPD, in a red Charger. You see somebody running. Go ahead and push in there. Push in there. Let's see what we can make out here. Unfortunately, we can't get much closer. These are pedestrians. I don't think those are cops. They are cops, and they are running back towards their vehicles under the freeway. He may be stuck in traffic as he tries to stand by. Stand by. Hoover and Slauson. Hoover and Slauson. He was just spotted at Hoover and Slauson. They're trying to make their way over there. That's Hoover and Slauson. Behind us, behind us, behind us, behind us. Over here, over, right out my left window, guys. Right out my left window. There he is. There he is. They're focusing on that red car right there. And we'll go ahead and confirm the make and model of that vehicle here in just a second. But they are focusing on that red car right there. That looks like a Chrysler. It's a Chrysler 300, not a Dodge Charger. It's a Chrysler 300 that they are now after. You can see the night sun from LAPD up above. Those units that you saw back there at the 110 were trying to get back to their vehicles and now kind of weave their way down here. We'll see what the driving is like here, but right now he is going about the speed limit on Hoover Street with all eyes on him. We'll see if this is indeed him. They have good information to believe that this may be that suspect, but judging from the driving here, this just seems almost too composed compared to what we were witnessing just a few minutes ago. He could be. Very possible. Well, here comes LAPD. Here comes LAPD. They've got their eyes on him. They've got their light on him, and we'll see if this is indeed that suspect. He may be trying to blend in here, but they have found him, and we'll see if it is indeed the suspect. The LAPD now pulling up from the left and the right. Officers out of their vehicles with their guns drawn. The driver cooperating, stepping out of the vehicle. This is Hoover and Vernon, the intersection of Hoover and Vernon. This driver looks oblivious, but again, it very well could be. You're saying a passenger in the passenger seat. So we will see. They will first order him out of the vehicle and then the passenger. Whether that's a willing passenger or whether that, I doubt it. I mean, I would have, presumably, if this was indeed a carjacked vehicle, would be, well, anything's possible. There could have been numerous people that got out of the Charger and then jumped in this car, always a possibility, or this could have been a passenger who was under duress along for the ride here, if this is even the vehicle, but they certainly believe it is. And you can see everybody now converging on this Chrysler 300 that has come to a stop here. The driver proned out on the pavement. The next step will be taking that passenger out, and then they're going to have a lot to sort out here to figure out whether these are the two suspects they're looking for or what the story is here, but something is not adding up. We'll see. These may very well be the two guys, but right now that passenger walking backwards in the direction of LAPD. A lot of confusion back there, as you could tell. Once you get under some of these big overpasses, it's a perfect opportunity for many of these pursuit drivers to pull a fast one, do a switcheroo, try and carjack somebody else, or just run for it. And what we saw here may very well be one of those combinations, or this could be a case of mistaken identity. Always a possibility as well. Something seems a little off here. They seem to be cooperating for the most part here. The driving was very slow as he made his way down Hoover, but certainly that could all be part of the act here to try and blend in and try and lose the tail of LAPD. In any event, it hasn't worked if it is them, and now you can see two people about to be placed under arrest. We did not have a number of passengers in that vehicle, so for all we know, there may have been more than one. It was just too difficult. Those windows on that Challenger were very heavily tinted. Never really got a good glimpse inside the car. All we know about that vehicle is that the plates did not match the vehicle, is presumably how this pursuit started in the first place with one of those license plate readers. But you can see now two people about to be detained here, and again, we'll see if they are the two, or if maybe the driver jumped out and took somebody else hostage in that vehicle, in that red car. We'll see. We'll see how they sort this out here. But right now, they are pretty convinced that these are the two, or this is at least the vehicle that they are focused on. Well, this could be a buddy's car, or it could be that they carjacked somebody, a perfect stranger, underneath that overpass. At one point, there was a report that he was trying to carjack a truck, which leads me to believe that maybe he foot bailed under the overpass and then just started to try and find an unlocked door to try and carjack. But it may be that you're right. It could be that this was a little more coordinated than we give him credit for, and this could very well be the buddy's car. In any event, they are treating both of them as suspects at this point until they can sort the rest out. But they don't really have their attention anywhere else. So if this isn't the two guys, or if this is not the vehicle in question, then the actual bad guy is long gone by now. But they certainly appear pretty convinced that this is the driver of that Charger, at least the driver, and whether the passenger came along with him, well, we'll find that out later. No, I mean, as far as we could tell, there were no collisions, and it really is a miracle, because for close to a half hour, he was driving at extreme speeds on surface streets across South LA. This all was initiated by LAPD's Newton Division, we picked it up in the Vernon area, made his way all the way down Alameda, and then came towards the 110 freeway. Never got on the freeway as far as I've heard, although there was a report that he might have been on the 5 at one point earlier, but in any event, it was underneath the 110 freeway that he decided to stop the vehicle and then either pull a switcheroo or carjack somebody else. It's pretty much one of those two choices at this point. All right, we've got some answers from LAPD. Apparently, the passenger in this Chrysler is the driver of the Dodge Challenger. So this does appear to be a case of a switcheroo under the overpass with a buddy's car, and two people now being placed into custody but they do have an identity now that does match the driver of the Dodge Challenger. And man, it almost reminds me, David, of a pursuit that we were following last night that they ended up losing, but it came about 130 miles per hour down the 60 freeway into the downtown LA area, where they were able to basically make their way into the tall buildings of downtown LA and lose about 7 helicopters and a boatload of police at the last minute. Once they got into downtown, they were able to get away. Downtown buildings and overpasses are the key ingredient for these guys to lose the police and lose the helicopters. Also, parking garages, parking lots, underground apartment buildings, those things are also very friendly for pursuit drivers. In this case, that large overpass of the 110 freeway gave him plenty of opportunity to switch vehicles, but not enough to get away. They were able to keep eyes on him. We saw at one point officers running under the overpass and eventually managing to track this car down and get their guy. You got it.